Thank you very much for staying with us. Our top focus. Former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister and TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu, who was arrested on September 9th for alleged misappropriation of funds, has raised serious concerns about security breaches within the prison he's currently detained in. Now, Naidu, who faces allegations of misappropriating funds from the Skill Development Corporation, resulting in a loss of over rupees 300 crore to the state exchequer, has written a letter to a special court, appealing for comprehensive security measures. Naidu's letter alleges several security lapses, including unauthorized video and photo captured during entry into the prison. He claims that drones were seen hovering over the jail premises on 2 separate occasions. Now, despite having Z+ category security, Naidu expresses threat to his life due to these incidents. The former chief minister alleges that video footage and photographs captured during these lapses were leaked by the police and subsequently circulated widely in various media outlets, including social media, which he believes was orchestrated to tarnish his reputation. Now, in a shocking revelation, Naidu has also claimed that a remand prisoner incarcerated in the same jail on narcotics charges is carrying a pen camera. Saumit reports.
Well, it's been over, 35 days since Chandrababu Naidu has been lodged in the prison. He was arrested by the APCID in Skill Development Corporation scam case, and later he was, lodged into the Rajamandravaram prison. And, since day one, his wife, Nara Bhuvaneshwari, has also raised about his security concerns, and even several TDP leaders has come out, they have come out and stated that Chandrababu Naidu is having threat inside the prison. And even his son has stated that to an extent. There are, people trying to eliminate Chandrababu Naidu inside the prison. And now Chandrababu Naidu has written a letter to ACP judge, basically stating that a prisoner inside the prison was seen roaming here and there inside the premises with a pen camera, and his photos and videos were taken unauthorizedly. Those photos and videos were circulated outside the prison to malign his image. At the same time, is posing a severe threat, and should be provided foolproof security and also Z+ security, because even a life-threatening attack was also happened against him around a decade ago, after which he was granted with the Z+ security, and at the same time is having severe threat, and because of that it should be provided with the foolproof security as well as the Z+ security inside the prison.
All right, taking this conversation further with all my guests who join me this evening, let me take this opportunity to introduce them. Pattabhi Ram Kommareddy, National Spokesperson of the TDP, Vemulapatti Ajay Kumar, National Media Representative of the Janasena Party, and Sai Shekhar Angara, Senior Journalist. Good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for taking the time out and joining us here this evening on News at 7. Pattabhi Ram Kommareddy, let me begin with you. What has really prompted Chandrababu Naidu to make these serious allegations?
Nivedhana, good evening, and good evening to all the viewers of Mirror Now. So the first thing is, Chandrababu Naidu garu had been illegally detained, and today is the 49th day of this illegal detention, and not even a single piece of evidence was produced, neither in the courts nor in the public domain by the ruling YSR Congress Party in all the false cases that they have foisted against him. And yesterday, sir, you'll be surprised to know, Nivedhana, that in the skill development case in which Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is lodged in the Rajahmundry Central Jail, the chairman of the Skill Development Corporation, Mr. Ajay Reddy himself had said, the skill development centers are present in Andhra Pradesh and they are functioning fully. So it had clearly exposed that all these allegations are baseless. Now, coming to the letter that Sri Chandrababu Naidu had written to the ACB court regarding his regarding the security lapses, we have been raising these concerns right from day one, because we have, we know that all throughout Jagan Reddy and his government is trying to harm Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, Mr. Naidu in one way or the other. And in the letter that he had written, Mr. Naidu had clearly exposed a lot of things. First thing is, how can a pen camera be found with a prisoner who was arrested under Narcotics Act in Rajahmundry Jail? He said that the prisoner from Escota who was arrested under the Narcotics Act is roaming with a pen camera in his pocket. And also we have seen the visuals of Mr. Naidu coming out. The visuals inside a prison. How can visuals inside a prison come out into public domain? When Mr. Naidu was, the day Mr. Naidu was arrested, we have seen visuals coming out. We were all surprised. How can visuals inside a jail come out? And the other important thing is Mr. Naidu had written that twice drones have been flown over Rajahmundry Central Jail, and this was confirmed by the DIG prisons, Mr. Ravikaran, in a recent press meet. He himself had admitted that we have found drones flying over the prison, and they're still investigating. It is almost a month since these drones have flown over Rajahmundry Central Jail. How can the police and the prison authorities allow drones to be flown over Rajahmundry Central Jail? So all these are alarming things, Nivedhana. And also, the other thing is, Mr. Naidu had also written that ganja packets are being thrown into the prison from outside. Ganja packets inside a prison. So all these are very alarming things, and these have been brought to the notice of the ACB court. So our concerns are very serious. There is serious threat to the life of Mr. Naidu. And you will also be surprised to know, Nivedhana, that yesterday, the ruling party MP from Hindupur, Mr. Gorantla Madhav, in a public meeting, he had openly stated that Mr. Naidu will be dead. Mr. Naidu will be dead by 2024. How can a ruling party MP say that Mr. Naidu will be dead? On what basis he is making that kind of a statement? You all know this. You must remember this person, Mr. Madhav, who had become very popular for his porn video a few years back. The same person today is saying that Mr. Naidu will be dead. So on one hand, you find all these kinds of security lapses inside the prison.
Pattabhi Ram, I'd have to interject you there because, of course, you made your opening remarks, essentially where the TDP continues to call the arrest illegal, but also serious allegation of security breach. Let me take that across to Vemulapati Kumar. How does the Janasena see this? Because these are serious allegations as well, because, you know, he's also stated that this is a plot to assassinate Naidu in jail.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening to all the viewers and good evening to my co-panelists. The Janasena Party is very clear from the day one that this case has no basis, and we said that Mr. Naidu's case is one of a political vindictiveness. Okay, we are very concerned about the health of Mr. Chandrababu Naidu and also the security hazards Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is facing inside the prison. Just now, Pattabhi Garu has given in detail the kind of security failures that have happened inside a high security prison. And we have to understand Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has been Chief Minister for 14 odd years, leader of the opposition for equal number of years. During his term as the Chief Minister, he has taken several steps to counter left extremism when there was an attempt of his life. And today he's been given the security that he has because of the security threat perception. And all these things are being violated inside the prison. So on behalf of the Janasena Party, we demand that adequate security be given to Mr. Chandrababu Naidu inside the prison, and also adequate measures be taken to take care of his health. See, he is a 73-year-old person. He has recently had a cataract operation. I believe the hospital has said that he had to be operated in his eye immediately. And he also has some skin allergies, which are pretty concerning. So all these things are being underplayed. We do not know what the intentions of the government are. We feel that the government is not serious about all these things. And on behalf of the Janasena Party, we are very strongly demanding that adequate protection be given to Mr. Chandrababu Naidu in view of his the security concerns that he has raised. He has himself raised this concern today in a letter to the ACB court, and they should be acted upon immediately. Similarly, we also are concerned about his health status. Why can't the government constitute an expert committee of medical doctors who examine him and then come out, give a regular medical bulletin about his health? Nothing of that sort is happening. So why is this being underplayed? All these things we tend to believe that indeed there is some conspiracy against Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, and we would like that the government act in a transparent manner to dispel all these misgivings and doubts. And we strongly demand that, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu be given adequate protection. Like just now, Pattabhi Garu said, there was an MP of the ruling YCPB said that Mr. Chandrababu Naidu will not be alive in 2024. What prophecy is he giving here? Does he have some information beforehand? Is there something like that happening? Or is it a prophecy? What sort of things? See, all these things, when we look at the sum total of the occurrences, Janasena Party is very concerned about the threat perception to Mr. Naidu, and we strongly demand that the government immediately come open about all these things and take adequate steps to ensure that Mr. Chandrababu Naidu's life inside the prison is secure and his health is taken care of in a proper manner.
Okay, so now the both of you are unanimously making pretty much the same point. So, Satya Angara, I would like to come to you as to how, politically speaking, you're reading into this as well.
First thing, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has written a letter expressing concern about his own security, and this needs to be addressed. This cannot be ignored. Even though he wrote the letter through the superintendent of Central Prison of Rajahmundry to the ACB court judge, the security concern raised by Mr. Chandrababu Naidu of all the drones flying above the prison is a serious matter of concern, and the government should suo moto order an inquiry into this and quickly complete the inquiry and beef up the security to Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, because he is not a criminal. He is not identified as he is just an accused, and he is an under trial. And let the law take its own course. But then before that, his life has to be secured. And regarding the other things of, throwing ganja packets and then his photographs being published in the social media that he is coming out of the jail. This is, if anybody goes into the jail and when they are coming out or when they are getting in, media is allowed to take photographs. When Jagan Reddy was arrested in 2012, when he was emerging out of the jail for going to the court for trial, he has always been videographed and photographed. So this is not a big issue, and those photographs were not taken inside the prison premises. They are just taken outside when he is getting into the prison. So that is not a big thing. But then if Chandrababu Naidu feels threatened because of the other prisoners and convicts who are roaming around, that needs to be addressed, and that's a matter of serious concern. And the drones thing has to be very seriously looked into, and government can suo moto do this instead of waiting for the court order. This is what I feel. But then I also understand that there is the political animosity between the Telugu Desam and YSR Congress is at its crescendo, and from the beginning, from the day one of the formation of the YSR Congress, it has been like that. And Jagan was jeered, ridiculed, and completely pinned to the wall by Telugu Desam's social media and Telugu Desam leaders. They went on saying that his mother Vijayamma should make him testify in all the cases and prove that he is not guilty. And similarly, Chandrababu Naidu also should prove that he is not guilty. And the TDP leaders.
Sangara, although you are, of course, analyzing and drawing perspective as to how these two incidents have panned out. And like you've said, when Jagan Reddy was also jailed, he was photographed, there were videos taken, so it's not a big deal. But essentially, before we actually wrap up this conversation, Pattabhi Ram Kommareddy, I'm coming to you. Right. Okay. What I essentially want to ask you, Kommareddy, is with the fact that what, the YSRCP has also been stating that Chandrababu Naidu has not been able to get bail, he's not been able to get the FIR also squashed against him, which is why he cannot afford to lose out on the political front as well.
Nivedhana, the first point is what I differ with Mr. Shekhar is the pictures which were taken inside the jail. We are talking about the pictures which are taken inside. We don't have, no one can question about the pictures which are taken outside the jail. But how can pictures taken inside the jail premises be released outside? So that is what we are questioning. And the second thing is, we've already proved on our behalf in the public domain that there is nothing wrong about the skill development project or the fiber net project or the inner ring road. And Mr. Shekhar, you should note that we've opened a website, apskilldevelopmenttruth.com. We were able to open a website because we are honest. We have not done anything wrong. We have placed all the documents in the public domain. We have asked the people to refer. So that is our honesty. That is our integrity. Never Mr. Jagan Reddy had dared to even address a press meet about his cases. But we are not afraid. And the other thing is, yes, there is serious harm to Mr. Naidu's life. See, if you remember, Nivedhana, when Mr. Jagan Reddy undertook his Padayatra for more than a year under the TDP government, there is not even a single incident a single incident of attack on Mr. Jagan Reddy's Padayatra. We have given him complete security, whereas Mr. Jagan Reddy, after he became Chief Minister, immediately in the first month itself, he had downsized the security of Mr. Naidu. We had to go to the court to get it restored. And there have been several attacks on Mr.
Mr.
Naidu in the
Kommareddy,
past
although
4
you
years.
are pointing out essentially what we're also been
yes.
highlighting was the fact with the ex-Andhra CM alleging security breach, I'm afraid I'd have to interject you there because we're running out of time. But I want to thank the three of you for coming on our show and sharing with us your perspective as far as this is concerned. For the moment, we're going to leave the conversation at that.